it has to be something that is mean and aggressive, and what better than singing about, you know, old Nick?
Black is the night, metal we fight, powers to explode. Energy screams, resting dreams, take them the contact as known. Brutality fell, nails to hell, battle for maniacs pure.
Satan's cool. At the end of the day, it's a cool thing. But what it represents is the anti-everything, the way you're supposed to live your life according to Christianity. So it represents you going to a gig and getting pissed up and maybe fancying your mate's girlfriend and whatever else you're not supposed to do. And it's the rebellion thing. So Satan represents rebellion.
The whole Satanism thing, I suppose it all goes back again to your teenage angst and you're rebelling against your parents. You're going to rebel against religion, and what have you got to rebel against? You've got to rebel against God. What have you got? Satan!
Devil imagery and, you know, disemboweling. It's very much trying to not be an acceptable part of the society that you're in, and really not wanting to be like everybody else.
Of course, a lot of the material within heavy metal lyrics, you know, unless you're of a certain, should we say, libertarian mindset, could, without too much difficulty, be regarded as really quite nasty. I mean, you, for example, look at the protest groups that sprung up, particularly in the States in the mid-1980s, against heavy metal. You know, who was the real driving force behind these? It's basically, it's Washington wives. It was people very well connected and arguably slightly right of centre, politically speaking. You know, normal kind of libertarian people tend not to get too wound up by heavy metal.
For all those wankers who turn up, you know, on the TV and on the radio saying, oh, Black Sabbath, you let your children listen to them, and the next thing you know, they'll be growing horns and a tail. Fuck off, you sad fucking git.
I think that although there's certainly evidence that heavy metal, you know, in terms of the lyrics and the videos, you know, is perhaps a little bit politically dubious in some respects, there's very little evidence that actually does feed through to the attitudes of the fans. Now, on the one hand, you've got a whole stack of correlational evidence which shows that heavy metal fans really are more likely to break the law, to behave in sexist ways, to drive in over 80 miles an hour, one study showed. They're more likely to take drugs, they're more likely to have unsafe sex. They are more likely to believe in Satanism, witchcraft and the occult. And basically, you name it again, fans of heavy metal score words for it. The problem is it's very much a chicken and egg argument. OK, heavy metal fans are more delinquent, are more, if you like, politically, ethically dubious. The other side of it, though, is the music causing that? And that's where a lot of the protesters' arguments really start to fall down quite badly.